What's up, guys and gals? Guess what it's time for? It's time to put the old big girl to use here. I'm gonna start loading out that topsoil that I've got piled up back there, and man, I got a lot of it. So y'all get to join me on its maiden voyage, other than to the beer store, to actually go do some work. So let's get this thing fired up and get the air pressure built and take her off in the woods. She always fires up first lick. So y'all watched the video of me and Jimmy servicing this thing. I changed out all the hydraulic fluid. I really need to flush it again. I kind of wanted to use it a little bit. I probably will after running it today. I'm not going to run it just very long. Of course, I changed all the fluids in the drive boxes and all that stuff there. Like, I've never put a scoop of dirt in this thing, so y'all are literally about to see the first scoop of dirts with me actually using it. So let's let the air pressure build up and strike out. sure if this thing's gonna sit here on this hill or not. sit there. I don't know why I didn't just leave it running. Of course it is running. Leave the key on. All right, I'm going to stockpile it, all my topsoil on this end down there in that corner, and I'm going to start with this right here. I'm probably going to have to back up a little bit more. It's hard to see in that thing and really tell where I need to sit. I'm probably going to back up right in here so that way I can side load it. All right, y'all, first load. That parking brake's really not holding anything, I don't think. It does have some brakes. But I did angle it towards that other pile down there in case it does start rolling off. It will at least try to hit that. This is exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time because I have no idea how reliable this truck is. Of course, I got that fire blowing right in my face. I've about had enough of fires for a little while. Excavator, before anybody starts just getting all beside themselves, it's way undersized for this truck, I already know. But I do love a big old dump truck. go dump that, then I'll have to reset here. Alright, so that went about as well as I expected. Not great. I could not see nothing when I was backing up. I really couldn't tell where I was at, if I was trying to back up in there or over here, but I'm going to have to fix this soft spot real quick before we get too carried away, because I almost got stuck then. Luckily the 6-wheel drive does work in this truck. Y'all could tell the difference between when I was spinning and when I locked it in. Oh man, I should have known. There's this little terrace right here. I'm just gonna have to dig that out and see if I can't get me a straight path in here. Okay, so it's a couple days later. I tried to let that dry out down there in that corner, and it just ain't doing too great. So what I'm gonna have to do is go ahead and make me a bench right here. And I'm gonna have to see if I can't just get some good dry dirt. Ain't none of this gonna be dry. I tried to strip off as much topsoil as I could. May have a little bit in it, but there's just so much water that's running out of these hills. I don't know, it's I'll back the truck in over a little further, and then that way I can get more dirt. I don't want to cut this down too much because I'm at the very bottom of the hill. One thing I can hope for is the dirt gets drier as I go up the hill. I just don't feel like it's going to. Try this again with loading out this topsoil. Let's climb up on the mountain here. Bring me off a spot to sit on. The dump truck's doing okay. It's got its little quirks about it. I think just running it will probably do it a lot of good. I figure I may not get a couple loads before the ground gets too pushy down there. I've already wasted so much time trying to get it right. Probably should have just picked me a spot out in the middle of this field. Started dumping her out. Try to pull up here a little bit further back and sideways next time. Go pretty quick if I could just move it. Y'all right there. expecting. I mean, they're still not the greatest. Get that dirt a little farther forward. Man, that truck can hold some dirt. It is a huge difference between the little dump truck and this truck. Usually about 7 scoops is all I can hold in the little dump truck. Alright, I'm gonna go dump that real quick. Position a little bit better now. Reach down here just a little bit. Just couldn't get it close enough. Back straight up. There's a bad soft spot right in this hill right there. I figure it's just where the water's channeling down through it. Take the excavator down there and rake out the ruts, pack it back in with a dozer, and it'll be hard as concrete once it finally dries out. Just right in here where it's not so mushy, it's holding the truck up great. It ain't rutting up or nothing. Scares me about this truck is, of course, if it breaks, I'm sure it'll be expensive as all get out, but I'm not sure who I can get to even come work on it. I don't know if the Komatsu dealer will work on Volvo, but there's not a Volvo dealer anywhere even close to me. Okay, now that I know I can get up here on this hill, I can load a lot better. I don't like how it's teeter-tottering like that. Pull some dirt back up to me. So I needed to straighten up before I went off the side of it. Alright, let's go load this out, or dump it out. Alright, that one went okay. Imagine after this one I'm going to have to fix the road down there. Gathered up a pretty good bit of topsoil right here. More scoops. I ain't even been counting to see how many it's taking to load them. Also, I ain't really put a full load. This will probably be the heaviest load I've put in here so far. Get a little more brave. Honestly, this truck, man, it's so strong. I mean, you can tell it's back there, but it's just, you could probably carry twice that much dirt if you had a big enough bed. Alright, I think that's enough. this out and then go fix the road down there. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna go grab me some supper before it gets too late. All I did was I come down here in the excavator and I scratched out my ruts, filled them back in, and then I wanted to take the dozer and just pack them back down. That way water won't fill them up and just sit there on it, which I'm sure some of that's going to hold some water, but it'd be better than it was. And I just wanted to knock down that topsoil, push it further back anyway. That last load I actually climbed up on the pile with a dump truck and dumped it out. And that thing's impressive, man. It's a lot bigger than in person. It's usually what I tell them, but you really don't know till you get up next to it. But anyway, I've enjoyed it today. Today is Easter. Hope y'all had a good Easter. y'all remember what it's about. It ain't about hunting Easter eggs. I hate to break it to y'all. It's about the good Lord and what he came here to do for us. So if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be talking to y'all right now. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all let me know what you think about big girl here. Can y'all believe that I forgot my sign off? Anyway, y'all keep your eyes open. I'll see you later.